is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA.
Dude, look at him. He looks like he's about to have a party. He looks like he's going to a rave.
Dolphins get drunk.
Okay.
But why? Well, you see, the dolphin is by far and away the
Is this
smartest
loud
animal in
enough?
the ocean. In fact, they're actually the second smartest thing on the planet, just behind you and me. This means they are smart enough to understand that the ideal way to spend your night is more...
Dude, why is it that? This is like the iconic, like, 2000s image, dude. This is what the 2000s were.
Your night is more plastered than Chad and Max on your average Cold Ones episode. There is just one problem. Last I checked, there's no bottle-o in Bikini Bottom. So how does a dolphin get fired for all? Simple. They abuse pufferfish.
No! I love pufferfish. Pufferfish are actually, they're somewhat smart. They have a beak, which is kind of cool. Also, when you keep them in aquariums, they like to bully people.
You see, due to the lack of underwater alcohol, dolphins need to find other ways to get their fix, which is where SpongeBob's driving instructor comes in. You see, pufferfish contain this really cool and totally not dangerous substance called tetrodotoxin. What is tetrodotoxin? You know, it's only one of the most potent natural neurotoxins on the fucking planet. This will...
Yeah, no big deal. This is what I eat for breakfast. You didn't know? A Kraken's diet is full of neurotoxins.
Freeze your heart and lungs in under an hour with a tiny dose. And it's the reason why cooking a pufferfish requires a dexterity check so you don't hit the poison gland and get yourself deleted. Now, puffers carry this as a defense mechanism as poison accumulates in their organs and skin. Why is that important? Well, you see, I kind of lied. Dolphins don't get drunk. They get high on neurotoxin.
Yes.
Pods of dolphins will bully pufferfish until they inflate.
Dude, did you see him? Look at this. Look at this.
Yes.
Pods of dolphins will bully pufferfish until they inflate, then partake in a literal puff-puff pass. By lightly squeezing the puffer in their mouth, they receive a small dose of neurotoxin, which has a narcotic effect, allowing Flipper here to trip balls before passing the unhappy basketball onto the next submarine stoner. Flipper and friends saw the deadliest neurotoxin on the planet and said, "Fuck it, let me try some of that."
Oh, it'd be a dolphin. Bullying pufferfish and squeezing them like sponges.
Spider hunts with jump scares.
Oh, goody.
But how? Introducing the Trapdoor Spider, a family...
I'm just saying, I have 8 tentacles and I'm not jump scaring anybody. Someone tell the spiders to use their 8 appendages respectfully.
Arachnid containing hundreds of species
found in
every continent on the globe.
Oh, good.
Meaning, yes, for once, this bad boy could be in your backyard and you'd never know. Now, trapdoor spiders are particularly interesting compared to other spiders due to their hunting method. You see, normal spiders tend to spend several hours spinning up some elaborate art piece for a fly to clothesline itself on. And tarantulas just jump shit. But trapdoor spiders, yeah, they hunt with a door. Very early on in life, trapdoor spiders dig themselves a hole. This silk-lined burrow will then serve as its home for basically its entire 20-year lifespan. Hell, they basically...
Dude, the fact of spiders living for 20 years is too long. I'm just saying.
Never leave the thing, like some neckbeard living in his mum's basement. But they've still got to eat. And since DoorDash does not deliver to spiders, this burrow doubles as their method for catching food. You see, they use their silk to craft a trapdoor over the burrow entrance. Then, using their fantastic arts and craft skills, they just bolt a bunch of random shit to their front door so it blends in perfectly with the floor. After finishing their construction project, they will spin up a bunch of basically invisible strands of web on the floor in the surrounding area that act as tripwires, feeding information back to their neckbeard nest whenever...
What in the Stranger Things name is this?
that something steps on it. And when some unfortunate insect steps a little too close,
Money, money, money.
I ate lunch with a wild lizard.
Oh.
You see, before I made the videos, I worked as a handyman, and one day a client asked me to do some brush cutting because their lawn was, putting it lightly, completely f***ed. So I'm taming a miniaturized version of the Amazon jungle, and I see something that nearly gives me a heart attack. A big lump of scales slithering through the brush about 2 steps ahead of me. Being Australian, I immediately assumed it was a snake, which is a problem, because the only 2 snakes in my home state are highly venomous and extremely aggressive.
Dude. No.
So I immediately stopped what I was doing, backed the f*** up, and got ready to call in the snake catcher to relocate the angry hospital noodle.
Help me.
However, while dialing the number,
Help me.
I noticed something. It was kind of too fat to be a snake, and it hadn't tried to eat me yet. So, being the poster child for why women live longer than men, I waddled back over for a closer look, and I found this little guy. This is a blue-tongue lizard, and they're actually pretty cool.
Look at him.
These bad boys are basically a tubby skink, but as the name suggests, they have a bright blue neon
Oh, look at his tongue. It's so cute. It's so neon blue, too.
tongue. Now, I couldn't just leave this distinguished gentleman in harm's way, so I yoinked him and began looking for a place to relocate him away from where I was working. However, during the relocation process, this cute little man proceeded to cuddle up to my shirt and fall asleep, and did not particularly appreciate me trying to move him from his resting place. So, considering it was the middle of the day, I just said, fuck it, called a lunch break, and proceeded to sit in the sun eating a chicken sandwich while Godzilla's little cousin took a nap on my shirt. He sat with me for my entire 30-minute lunch break without me holding him. However, unfortunately, I was only halfway through my workday, so after I wrapped up lunch, I had to say goodbye. I very delicately removed my new scaled friend from my shirt and released him back into the wild.
Alrighty, big fella. Off you go. Back into the bushes. There you go.
He is chonky. He is a chonky lizard. That lizard's getting snacks from somewhere. Oh, look how chonky he is.
See you, friend.
I think this incident legally... This shrimp can cause explosions.
This is the guy. This is the guy. The guy with the cones.
My main goal is to blow up.
Introducing the Mantis shrimp, native to the West Indo-Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest crustacean under the sea, because this fluorescent armored
Dude, look at him. He looks like he's about to have a party. He looks like he's going to a rave. He's ready.
sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator rocking enough surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the Mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find it...
Dude, it gets me every time.
track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the fucking planet. First off, each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope, giving them a full 360 degrees of vision. However, more importantly, they can see colours we can't. You see, the Mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones.
Yeah, they have 16 codes.
Compared to our 3.
Yeah.
Which is a fancy way of saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 500 render distance.
Oh my piece.
Now, not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums. And despite all of this, they still can't find who asked. What they can, however, find is their next meal. The Mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, Squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Krabs.
Squidward? Me?
Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the shell? Simple. He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 90 grams and 38 centimeters in length, the Mantis shrimp has a punch that produces 15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was
wild.
capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighs 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite. Now, to produce the
Dude, I would love to have that ability. You know how funny that would be? I'm just saying.
that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour, which is so fast it creates a vacuum in the water called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a speed it creates a miniature explosion.
Dude, that's exactly how that made me feel.
That flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun.
Dude, imagine. That is wild.
Krabs is getting f***ing disintegrated.
Money, money, money.
This shrimp
Money, money.